Greetings, everyone. Welcome to November 3rd. It is voting day, hopefully, at least for those in the United States. So hopefully you get out and vote today. Alright, today we're doing something a little different. We're going to be taking a break from the Shire content. My brother and I have settled on a rough schedule. We're going to be playing The Hobbits on Monday nights and Thursday nights, Central Time, from around 8 p.m. onwards. That fits his winter schedule. So I'm going to be streaming with him. So those Hobbit and Shire sessions will be those nights. I am creating a woodworker to support my minstrel, a woodworker alt, and that's going to be this High Elf Loremaster character. Now, because it's a High Elf character, we get to see a completely different introduction than what we have seen in other starting areas. So I wanted to showcase that a little bit today and show that off. So stick around, follow along. We're going to be doing this, and then we got something special coming afterwards. So let's dive right in to the High Elf starting area.
In the year 3434 of the Second Age, a great alliance of elves and men assembled in defiance of the Dark Lord's will to conquer all the lands of Middle-earth. The High Elves, the blessed of Valinor, who suffered the greatest wraths of Sauron and Morgoth the enemy, now seek to ensure that his evil is forever banished from the world.
Alright, so I have been leveled up to 110, my equipment's all been scaled up, my virtues have been scaled up. We've got some basic stuff here. Take a look at what everything is. Alright, Bear Companion, Gust of Wind, Lightning Strike, Staff Strike, Wizard's Fire. Alright.
My dearest friend, as Sauron surely knows, the mastery is ours in this battle.
You seemed as if lost in a trance, and I could not rouse you until this very moment. Do not allow the enemy to cloud your thoughts with his visions of defeat. As Sauron surely knows, the mastery is ours in this battle. Alas, our cornered foe is the most deadly, and there are none more treacherous than the enemy in this realm. We must put our troubles behind us for the moment and press our advantage. High King Gil-galad has summoned us, Telemar. Let us go. We must attend the High King's address to the Alliance. We have called upon all the armies and peoples we could, but it still may not be enough. King Rock the Oathbreaker and his traitorous kin have fled into the mountains. And Durin has sent only a few hundred of his folk. Hearken to me, elves and men, the time for debate is ended. Sauron sows only division among those who would oppose him, and see now what it has done. The kings of Lorien and the Woodland Realm pressed their forces into certain defeat, and why? They allowed their pride to blind them to the enemy's treachery. Sauron is swift to test the pride and fear of his foes into weapons of his own. The men of Numenor that remain in this realm know his treachery all too well. Indeed, the fates of Numenor and Eregion are tragic, but Sauron's wrath has grown only more terrible since those dark years. If we fall to defeat in this battle, then there will never again be a force to oppose him. Dark Lord gathers strength anew beyond the Black Gate. We must throw down the Morannon. Only then shall Sauron himself be forced to atone for the evils he has laid upon our people. We must put an end to his evil before a distant horn blows as a scout rushes down from the nearby hillside. High King! Riders approach from beyond the Morannon! It is a meager assemblage, only 9 in number. Might the enemy seek to parley at last? Those of us who know who the 9 are. Sauron does not wield his servants as ambassadors. Allow them to ride forth unhindered, but remain on guard. We shall meet them in the field. At last the bearers of the 9 rings reveal themselves. These Shadow Kings, the Gwytharain, they have returned out of the darkness. Confront the Gwytharain. Come on, Telemar! There's Glorfindel. I have so much to talk about when I look at Glorfindel and why he wasn't in the movies. One of the most badass elves to ever live. They approach.
Elf King, the accursed faithful. My master has bidden me deliver his terms.
Terms? Have we assembled so great an alliance that your master now seeks to surrender?
Sauron the Great speaks not of his surrender, but of yours.
Speak then, servant of Sauron.
I am no mere servant. You speak to a king of men and the lord of the Nazgul.
Nazgul, you no longer speak in your own tongue. You are no king. The ring you bear has seen to that.
Silence, elf wretch. These are his terms.
Celebrimbor crafted 3 rings in mockery of his design. You shall surrender them and swear oaths to never again come before the great gates of Mordor.
You would be wise indeed to accept his kindness.
And if we should accept, what promise can he give that he will not again make war against us? He offers none. Peace cannot be made with Sauron. Such an offer is merely another one of his lies. Go now, flee to your master and tell him that his doom approaches.
So be it. Sauron the Great has stayed my hand for the moment, but his patience is nearly ended. It is you and this pitiful host who should flee. For soon no shelter, no matter how well hidden, shall be free of Sauron's dominion.
Telemar, let us speak. Those Elrond, Círdan, Isildur, and Aryan, Harthalin, Elendil.
With Sauron's demands rejected, we can no longer hold hope that the Gwytharain shall stay their hands in this battle.
Before the 9 arrived, I sent forth the spears of Lindon with a garrison of elves and men. With Sauron's demands rejected, we can no longer hold hope that the Gwytherain will stay their hands in the battle. You know the spears as Thelron, Magoril, and Dernaith, my friend, and they have stood by my side through many great battles against Sauron and the most terrible of his servants. Ere they departed, they swore to cross the enemy's trenches and dismantle their siege equipment. It is true enough that catapult shot has not hit our position in some time, but the wider front has been brought to ruin by these very tools. You must now be my scout and my messenger. Learn what has become of their garrison, and if any of them yet live, deliver to them a message of hope. The Alliance marches upon the Black Gates, and no evil man or orc shall stand in our way, or the way of our victory over Sauron. Go, my friend. I shall ready the Alliance to advance upon the Borenon. So, by the way, we're scaled up. I love my helmet. My just really cool outfit. Learn the spates of the Spears of Lindon and their garrison. Warn the enemy. Swiftly now, this way! The Spears of Lindon have held against Sauron's forces, but they fight a desperate battle.
One of the Gwytherain rode westward and scattered our numbers.
Speak
But the
quickly,
other-
friend, for
He
our
took
foes
Celeron.
surge from the east. Alright, so they took Theleron.
Aid the wounded in the field, and let us hope that the Alliance shall arrive to drive off the enemy's forces.
Okay. Alright, so we have two quests here. Rescue the wounded soldiers. Well, I guess we have just the main quest over here. The question is, where are the wounded soldiers? Aha. Alright, so the rider took Thranduil, the prince. Oh, I guess I was supposed to pay it. Thought I had to come back. I should have been reading. Rescue Prince Thranduil to the west of the forward garrison. Bonus points for anybody who knows who Prince Thranduil is without looking it up.
is no escape for you. See you now the fate of those who defy my master.
The Dark Lord holds no power over me, Wraith. But be my fate sealed or not, my arrow shall fly true.
Fool, wills can be broken, Thranduil of Greenwood, and this blade shall see to that. What is this?
Ooh.
The accursed spawn of Ungwatari? Think to threaten me?
Saranstan the Young. Saranastan. I'm probably pronouncing these names horribly wrong. Salan shall not forgive her this time. Stay back. I will leave you in peace for what you have done. Oh, but that's not gonna happen. Elrond and Glorfindel showed up. Oh yeah. You have rescued Thranduil from the Cursed Riders and repelled the spawn of Ungwatari.
The prince is fortunate to have survived his father's attack on the Black Gate, but the Gwatheran's words trouble me.
The rider spoke a name in Quenya ere he departed. Ungwatari, the Spider Queen. Ungoliant is gone from this realm and shall trouble the world no longer, but her children remain, preying on anything they can devour and spreading her darkness through Middle-earth. One among them must hunger, as she did, without a care for the powers of the Dark Lord and without any purpose other than to consume. Glorfindel and I shall tend the prince's wounds. Go now, Telemar. Alright, so I need to reunite with the garrison and tell them what happened. Elrond spoke true. The High King and Elendil have come at last. Isildur and Aryan, a horde of men. Elves.
Our paths are now divided, dear friend.
I'm glad to see
May
you
the light
again,
of the
Telemar.
Valar shine upon us.
Dernath and Megoril have told me of Theleron's capture, and I am troubled by such grim tidings. The Dark Lord would not have soon forgotten the wounds he suffered at our hands, and I fear what form his vengeance might take. Even now, as I wish to abandon my duty, I cannot turn my eyes from the Black Gate at such a crucial hour. Thus, I give you this mission of dire importance. You must find Theleron, and you must save him from the Gwythorain. As for the Alliance, one of Durin's folk has devised a cunning plan to draw the attention of the Dark Lord's forces and allow for a swift strike against the Black Gate. In truth, I know not if this plan shall bear fruit, but we must conquer the gate if Sauron is to be defeated. I would ask that you speak to Slegar the Crafty. He is an honorable enough dwarf despite his chosen title. Once you have done as he asks, pursue the Gwytharan and rescue Theleron. Our paths are now divided, my friend, but let us hope each of them lead to victory. May the light of the Valar shine upon us. I like how he's leaning up against a barrel of explosives, perhaps?
At your service. Or perhaps you are at mine.
Have you considered how the enemy's trenches never seem to stop burning? Well, I have.
Sluggar gestures to the piles of barrels beside him.
These barrels are filled with a crude black powder that explodes when exposed to flame.
I may need to get a drink if I'm going to continue hearing his voice.
Not only that, but it burns for hours afterward. Aye, if it were more useful than stonework, I think Durin himself would have had us steal some away. The Dark Lord's Black Riders, the damned Ringwraiths as the man called them. They're wily enough, but these goblins are none too bright. They left the barrels right next to the round ballista and catapults. Why don't you set some of them off? That ought to put an end to their siege and draw their attention long enough for the Alliance to reach the Black Gate. Just make sure you don't stick around once you light them.
Okay. Set the barrels on fire. I'm gonna have to actually click them, aren't I? That's one. You know, for the purposes of this video, I could probably turn those sound effects back up. I've got the combat sounds turned way down because of the shouting with my minstrel, which got really annoying after a while. Alright, 6 barrels of black powder have been lit. Now it says we need to find and follow the Gwatharan's path. Ah, there's hoofprints. Telamar, can it be? Follow me. Lady Hathalin shall want to speak with you. You have not found Thalarin or the Gwatharan, but a familiar elf stands before you.
Your tale troubles me, my friend, for Amroth spoke of a terrible figure that passed, with an elf slung across his steed.
Okay. So it's time to find out more about what the prince saw. Amroth, Prince of Lorien. Prince Amroth, can you tell my companion about the rider you saw? As much as I do not wish to recall him, I can. From what you have told me, he was one of the 9 Gwatharan, garbed in black and seated atop a great steed. I know not if he still lived, but an elf was slung limply across the Gwatharan's steed. He lifted aloft a great mace, and with a crack of thunder his master's statue was toppled. It was then he looked upon me, and what remained beneath his hood sniffed madly at the air. There was a sorcery in his gaze, I tell you, for his eyes were as flames in a void. Perhaps he thought me slain, for he then rode on into the hills. No, it cannot be. It can be no other, Hethgol. The Witch King has taken Thelaron. Be wary, the men of the east who slew my father have an encampment in the hills, and it is there he must have gone. Thank you, Prince Amroth. the men of the east hold the hillside, then we must go by secret steps.
If the Witch King has taken Theleron to the Overlook, we must pass through the Easterling encampment ahead.
The men of the east have grown arrogant behind Sauron's might, and they have left a small passage in their encampment open to the woodland. Follow me, and we shall sneak in and avoid the dangers approaching their gate upon the road. Move quietly, Telemar. It is not far now. Hold. Their sentry seems on the edge of sleep. Face your doom, men of the East! Resistant. Harthalan makes ready to repel the Easterlings. You must press on. The stairs up the hill lead to the Overlook. You must save Theleron. Do not worry for me. Go now, I shall keep them from following. Oh, there's one of the steeds. The Witch King's steed thrashes wildly at your approach. He and Theleron must be nearby. Creepy. Bunch of bodies around the Witch King.
You've come too late, servant of Gil-galad. Your fear has left you defenseless, and the elf has been borne away by the winged beasts of my master.
I sounded like a Skeksis there for a minute.
The Elf King will never see him again, for he shall suffer evermore in the dungeons of Barad-dûr. But you, Telemar, you shall be changed, and you will return to Gil-galad as his greatest foe. Such is the will of Sauron. Suffer now and rise anew into the realm of the unseen.
I need some juice if I'm going to be doing creepy voices. Now entering Rivendell Valley. Thamsend Hall of the East. Okay, it says mumble at Harthalan and try to move. Select Harthalan. Select mumble. Harthalan says, can it be? Lord Elrond, Telemar has awoken at last.
Rest easy, my friend. You are safe from harm in Imladris. The wound has healed, but Tellar remains in need of rest, Harthelin. Rest well, my friend. I shall return in... fade to black. You have awoken at long last. Find Elrond in the last homely house. So Hithgal's also resting. There's Elrond.
It brings me great joy to see you upon your feet once more, my friend.
After you fell, we attempted to heal you upon the battle plain, but the Witch King of Angmar had dealt you a grievous injury, one unlike any dealt to our peoples before by the hands of the Dark Lord. The decision was made to return you to Imladris, far from the hands of the enemy. You suffered for years in restless agony as my healers worked to free you of the evils that lingered in your wound. When the war was ended, I returned to aid them and learned much of the healing of foul wounds of Morgul steel. When at last you could rest, you did so for many long years. Despite my efforts, your strength has diminished greatly. It may take a great time, but I leave you shall know again the power that lies within you. So this is interesting. This explains the passing of time, and it also explains why I went from being level 110 to being level 1. So this is good writing. Like, this is really excellent writing in terms of giving your character a reason for why you are the way you are now, when you were once a great elf lord who fought in the battle against Sauron with Gil-galad and Elendil and the rest. That's a very cool way of doing that storyline. Alright. As for the task given you by Gil-galad, do not consider it a failure, Telemar. None could have foreseen the enemy's malice in sending his Nazgul to seize Stellaron. Tragically, he was never found, even after Barad-dûr itself was brought to ruin. It wounded Gil-galad greatly to lose you both in the war, and it is said that his light was dimmed through all the battles that followed. Even so, he did not falter before the enemy. No, you did not fall in vain, my friend. Our victory on the battle plain that day bore fruit. Indeed, Sauron resisted our assault for 7 years in the Dark Tower, but in the end, he was cast down by Gil-galad and Elendil. Elendil's son, Isildur, cut the ring from Sauron's finger, destroying the Dark Lord and banishing from his realm. Alas, there is more to be said on these matters. Walk with me, Telemar. You remember the war as if it was yesterday, do you not? You are one of the few that remain in the realm that can recall it as I do, my friend. I come here often to reflect upon the sacrifices we made in that war. Indeed, Gil-galad and Elendil defeated the Dark Lord, but they did so at the cost of their own lives. The realms of elves and men were thus forever changed, and the world passed into the Third Age. And so it has been for many years now. I did not wish to alarm you, Telemar, but it is now the 3018th year of the Third Age. Wow, I've been sleeping for 3,000 years? Good grief. That's a long coma. Even if much else has changed, Imladris is as you remember it. You have borne many burdens in your time, my friend, and so I give you leave to depart to the Havens if you wish. There is another here who sustained a terrible wound in the war. Hithgal is his name. That's the guy over in the other bed. Since chance has woken you today, perhaps he too is healed of the enemy's wounds. See if he has woken from his long rest, and then we shall speak more of your journey to the Havens.
Despite appearing outwardly healed, Hithgall seems to be in a deep, uneasy slumber. His strength is returning, but he remains in a restless slumber. A few months more, I think.
Much has changed since we last traveled together from Imladris, my friend.
It is unfortunate to hear of Hithgall's continued ills, but I hold hope he shall soon recover as you have, Telemar. You see, when the battle came at last to Beredur, Sauron himself felled Hithgall with a deadly blow, and it seemed only by the grace of the Valar that he was not at once ended. Even still, the steel of the Dark Lord's weapons was tainted in much the same way as the blade that pierced you, and he has suffered its effects, as you did for many long years. Now then, we have spoken enough about the past, let us turn our minds to the days ahead. Much has changed since we last traveled together from Imladris, my friend. It seems now an age of men, and I sense the time of the elves in Middle-earth draws near to its end. Indeed, many have departed this realm for the uttermost west by the ships of Círdan, our friend of old. He is now called the Shipwright by those who know his works, and he dwells in Mithlond with the few that still remain in his service as skilled crafters. Much of the wood used by Círdan is ferried to Mithlond by way of the port of Selendum along the Erd Luin, and it is here that you must journey to reach the havens. I have gathered your belongings and a few supplies for your journey. I have set your ring in its case upon the table across the room, and your armor sits in a chest to bedside. It is still marked from battle, but time has not worn it elsewise. Indeed, the passing in of age has dimmed only our light, and given rise to the shadow in the east. Concerning such matters, I have also prepared for you a tome of writings on the history of the Third Age thus far. You are free to claim them ere you depart. Once you are prepared, we shall speak more of your journey to Selendum. Sealed collection of armor. As you glance within, the faint shine of your old armor catches the light. Jeweler's case. So very cool. I get some goodies. I don't see them at the moment in my inventory. I guess we get them after we complete the quest. Elrond's writings. Elrond has assembled a collection of writings for you concerning the events of the Third Age. Very good,
Eladon
Telemar.
and Elrohir are to follow an expedition to the ruins of Edthelion, and they shall see you to Kellandine in the course of their travels.
Okay. Speak not of this to any outside but their company, but I had a strange premonition, and in it, amidst a field of blurred visions, a voice arose saying, "Blood-red footsteps upon snow-colored black, where the Daurakin walks to take back his throne and finish what was begun." It is a troubling riddle, my friend, and one that I do not think soon solved. Have you any thoughts on its meaning? You hear a muffled creak as the doors to Thamsend open. Ah, it is just as well. Such troubles are best left to Dorlas and his expedition. My sons await you by the door to the central courtyard, and when you are ready to depart, they shall guide you to Selendum upon the Erd Luin. May your journey be swift and free of hardship, my friend. Namare. Oh, I have to select a reward. Oh, goodness gracious. I think we'll take the staff, yes. Okay, so move this stuff over here. Inventory management. Okay, the dies I don't really care about. The staff I will take. That's a new staff. Very good. And then I have cosmetic gear and I have this cool ring, which I will equip. The other ring, can't equip yet. I don't know if I want the hooded cloak. Oh, it's because I put the headpiece on. Hold that thought. This is my old armor, but the cloak is kind of rotted and torn. Alright, here's Aladdin and Elrohir, sons of Elrond. They look very much alike.
I am certain Father has told you all about the journey ahead. But do not worry. The matter of his dream need not trouble you.
Besides, the journey to Selenum shall give us time enough to speak on other matters. I would think the events of the past 3,000 years would be of some interest to you. My brother and I stand ready to set out for the Erd Luin. If you are prepared, we shall depart at once. Alright, so basically, now we're in Erd Luin, which is where all other elves start off. If you've gone through the other intros for the elves, this, I think, for me personally, I think this is one of the coolest intros for the Lord of the Rings Online. Obviously, this is the High Elf was a race that they added many years later, so it's not something that came with the game when the game launched. I have not done the latest dwarves. What is it, the Stout Iron Dwarves or something like that? And I also have not done the bear person. I can't remember what that's called, that starting character race. Anyway, but I wanted to show off the High Elf starting area. For those of you who might be curious, the High Elf does not, you have to purchase it with coins or etc. But I think it's worth it. The High Elf is just, for all intents and purposes, it gives you some unique role-playing perspectives. You do get a different intro than the other intros in the game. And if you're planning on role-playing your character with other players, it gives you a very unique background. So, hopefully you enjoy. For those of you who are tuning in to the video after this has been completed, don't forget you can subscribe to the channel if you like what you see, and if you want to watch more Lord of the Rings Online videos, and of course hit the bell icon so you get updates when I go live with new videos. Thanks so much for following along, and I look forward to seeing everybody in future videos. And for those of you who are tuning in live, we are now going to switch over to my hunter, and we're going to be working on more quests in Rohan. Actually, I think we have to go all the way out back to the server select here, so hold that thought. I wish there was an easier way to just go to server select than having to log all the way out back to the launcher. Alright, let's get over onto, so that those characters are on the Laurelin server. That's where we're playing. My brother and I are playing on the Shire with our hobbits, and that's where that Loremaster character is located. My hunter is on the Landroval server. Landroval? I don't know how you pronounce that. But we're going to switch over to that. And I logged right back into the same. Okay, here. Let's go to Landroval. I think I'm going to have to log all the way out of the patch because I think it just relogged me right back into the same characters. They do need to make it easier to switch between servers. Ha! It did work. Okay. Renfail, enter Middle Earth. And while we're getting set up for him, I'm going to get some more coffee, so I will be back. All right. This is my main character, Renfail the Hunter. This is the farthest I have progressed in the game. I am currently on Volume 3, Book 9. And I'm in the Norcrofts. And I'm level 81. So, but right now we're looking for Eamor's Vengeance, which can be found to the northwest of Eowith, just outside of the Eaves of Fanghorn. Eamor has said that you should look for signs of your friends at the site where he encountered and destroyed the Uruks, led by Ugluk. Eamor has told you where to go to find the Uruks' men destroyed. It is possible you shall find your lost friends at the site. And yes, I'm on my normal horse. I suppose I could use my war steed, but I really don't like the war steeds. I don't like mounted combat at all, as an FYI. Not a fan. We should probably grab the horse down here in Eowith. I'm gonna have to fight. Got too close.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
I guess I already had this horse, master. Or maybe I didn't need to discover it. I do want to take a look at these. Weapons, jewelry, armor.
It is wise for wanderers to equip themselves well.
Because I have tons of these tokens of the Rittermark, but I haven't ever actually found a place to use them yet. Alright, so... So it's not going to be better than what I have. But they do have some interesting looking gear. Alright, miscellaneous.
These lands are not to be traveled lightly.
Ceremonial cloak. Nope. 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 Nope.
We travel swiftly, but we will aid you as best we may. These lands
Weapons.
are not to be traveled lightly.
I do want to see the graphics. It's kind of an ugly dagger. Sword, also ugly. Ugly. Don't care for any of these. Ooh, I might be able to upgrade some earrings though. That's a level 67 earring with agility and vitality. This is might and vitality. This is agility and vitality. Silver earring. So this is probably going to be the one I want. Man, I might want 2 of those. Yeah, I'm gonna take 2 of those. Hang on, there's more stuff. There's also rings, shields, Keen Norcroft dagger. Alright. Oh, there's even better earrings. No, I think I like the other one. Oh, so it's tiered. Oh, what are these? Rohan ring upgrades. Okay. So I can't wear that yet because I'm only level 81, but let's look at the level 80 stuff. Int wash jewelry. 51 agility. Yes, please. I would lose a little bit of agility, but gain vitality. I'm gonna take it. Bracelets. Nope. Nope. Yes. I think I'll take 2 of those. Okay. Alright, now we're looking at rings. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I'm gonna take 2 of those rings as well. Now we look at earrings. I'll take 2 of those earrings. Cool. Alright. Let's look through here now. Copper necklace. Yes. Bauble. Yes. There's copper rings. Earrings. Very nice. Okay.
Welcome, my friend.
Sell all this stuff. Repair all. Okay, back out on the road we go. Might as well just follow the road all the way down. Slow down. Why is he running away? Alright, and now I lost track of it.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
Well. Alright, we're looking for Aylmer's Vengeance, northwest of Aylworth, which we're almost there, it looks like. Okay. Supposedly this is where Aylmer, I think this is where Aylmer burned all the bodies of the orcs on the eaves of the Fanghorn. Yep, here it is. The reek of the burning rises still from the site where Eormer destroyed the Uruks. Alright, let's go ahead and dismount. Check the remains. You stare at defeated Ugluk and wonder if Boromir rests comfortably from wherever it is that he watches, now that the leader of the band that set upon him is no more. Now we need to examine the confused footprints at Eormer's vengeance. You pry your eyes away from Ugluk and resolve to search for signs of the halflings. Excuse me. You find a great deal of footprints in the chaos that seem to go nowhere. You find a great deal of footprints, some of which lead northwest.
What does Horn think? Will he dare the forest of Fangorn?
You say some of these tracks led toward Fanghorn. They are likely not those of the halflings, for Eormer was certain no one left the site of the battle without his knowledge. They may then be the tracks of Aragorn, Legolas, or Gimli. What brought them towards Fanghorn? What does Horn think? Will he dare the forest of Fanghorn? I will go, and gladly, but he has expressed worry about such places before.
I see how Corridon looks at me. He thinks I fear to go into Fangorn.
Horn looks at you with his piercing grey eyes. I went into another ill-omened wood with you not long ago, Renfail. Do you remember? There I took a grievous wound, an injury from which I will never recover, nor would I wish to heal that hurt. I will follow you into Fanghorn. What can be done to me that I should fear?
If we cannot help our friends directly, let us help them indirectly.
My father told me his men had heard orc axes beneath the eaves of Fanghorn. There must be a camp of the creatures somewhere to the north of here, among the trees. That is the way the tracks go, are they not? We should go to this camp of orcs and slay them. While we do, let us keep our eyes open for your friends. If we cannot help them directly, perhaps this will help them in an indirect fashion. Alright. We're off to kill orcs in Fanghorn Forest. Now entering the eaves of Fanghorn. There's something poetic about killing orcs in the eaves of Fanghorn. First we have to find them, but and avoid these strangling roots. Alright, creepy forest. Check. Okay, keep your eyes peeled for orcs, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, should be some up ahead, it looks like. Oh, here we go. Time to rid the Fanghorn of orcs. Alright. 6 of them. I need 2 more. You hear a voice coming from the misty hollows south of the orc camp. Ooh, what's this? There's like some sort of... Okay, I'm a little paranoid. Strange forest. And strange voices. Ooh! Am I meeting my first int? Oh my god! This is so cool. I'm meeting my first int in Lord of the Rings Online. Baldark. Oh, this is so cool. I got goosebumps. The great creature stares down at you with baleful eyes. Then it speaks again. What are these small creatures that come among the trees? So many, whom? But Gandalf saw to the elf, the man, and the dwarf. Treebeard has his guests, and others come among the trees. Baldark was told not to let others disturb the meetings. Vroom, boom, boom. An elf? He used to know elves. But that was a long time ago, was it not? Hard to say. Vroom. You should leave. It is not a time for you. Vroom. So cool. I met my first int. Alright, so we gotta report my findings back to Corridon at Amher's Vengeance. That was totally the highlight of my day right there, meeting an int. Fanghorn is pretty interesting looking. I think Chris is making muffins. Something smells delicious from the kitchen.
I did not dare to hope the tree herders still walked in Middle-earth.
It is a day for wonders, Renfail. Mithrandir lives, as you said, and he has returned to where he is most needed, a kingdom beset on all sides by danger. If Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli are not safe with Mithrandir, they will not be safe anywhere. Cordon's face lights up with a brilliant smile. And the second wonder, I did not dare to hope the tree herders still walked in Middle-earth, but today I have met an ent, heard his speech, and was told in no uncertain terms I was not welcome. Corridon is more pleased than you can ever remember seeing him. I second that because it was really cool meeting an ent. And I'm going to take these gloves.
Let us return to Eowyrth and see if Eomer remains there with his men.
Start that over again. Rudhif's words were reassuring, were they not? He told us in his way that Merry and Pippin were safely in the company of Treebeard, who can only be an ent. And the man, dwarf, and elf of which he spoke must be Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas. If they are now in the presence of Mithrandir, surely we need worry about them no longer. Let us return to Eowyrth and see if Eomer remains there with his men. Horn wished to be off immediately. We should speak with him when we are back in Eowyrth. Alright. Back to Eowyrth. I should have bound there, but I bet I could take this horse from here down. Oh, I just got knocked off. Alright, you want to play that way? Oh, sure. Run away. My bleed will kill you.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
I was gonna say, I thought I chose swift travel, but it seems to be taking the long way. Okay.
Aylmer and his men are still here. I spoke with him briefly.
And he said we were welcome to make the southward journey with him. He has a few places he would like to stop on the way, including the stone of Wergend. Horn sighs heavily. Do you remember Renfail? It was the story I told by that campfire on our journey-dive boat down the Anduin with Corridon and with Nona. King Fingal and his line were cursed. No heir of Fingal's line would survive to sit long upon the throne of Rohan. Many thought that the curse had been broken by Prince Theodred, but it seems it was not so. Aemma wishes to visit the stone, and you must understand why. With the prince dead, Theoden's nephew is now next in line for the throne. He is of King Fingal's line, and the curse must now be ever in his thoughts. Speak to him, Renfail, but gently. Who can know what it must be like to live under such a curse? Alright, so I need to talk to Éomer. And perhaps calm his mind. Screenshot. I love his armor.
What a strange tale you weave.
Did you learn anything about your friends from the site where we destroyed the Uruks? Éomer listens to your account and marvels particularly at your description of Baldark. What a strange tale you weave, Renfail. To think such peculiar things persist under the light of the sun in these days. Tell me when you are ready to depart, and my men will be ready. There are a few sites I would have us visit on our way south to Snowbourn, and from there we shall go to Edoras.
You are welcome to ride with my men and I on our southward road.
But there is one place I have planned to stop before we reach Snowbourn. Have you heard of Wergend's Stone? It is involved in a tale of Rohan, and I am quite interested in seeing it again.
I have business in Snowbourn, but first I would see Wergendar's stone. Will I next fall to the crone's curse?
Ah, that guitar. Sorry, I gotta do some screenshots. There it lies, Renfail, the Stone of Wigan. Do you know the tale? Éomer seems surprised to hear that you have been told the tale of Wigan, the crone, and King Fingal, but then realization dawns. Ah, of course you would know it. How could you travel with a bard such as Horn and not know it? It is a popular tale, though it be grim and unpleasant. I expect this is true in all lands, that people enjoy stories that seem to explain their poor lot or continued hardship. The Mark's finest loremaster pored over the words of Wergen's curse. They read it thus, that no son born of Fingal or his heirs would survive to sit long upon the throne. I need to learn how to read. They thought that the curse would end if something happened to restore the lost glory of Rohan. It was thought for many years that Wergen's curse had already expired, My uncle's father, Thengel, lived in Gondor, and the lords of Rohan called a Witten and begged him to return to the Mark and take the throne. They said he was virtuous enough and would be such a good king that his reign was certain to end the curse. Indeed, Thengel lived long, and his son Theoden now has many years behind him. It seems now, with the death of Prince Theodred, that the curse merely slumbered. Perhaps it did not affect Thengel, my uncle, because they were already born, or because they were not in the Riddermark when it was set. None but Wigan can know, and she is long dead. The curse that did not affect Thengel did not affect his daughters, and few of their sons survived to reach adulthood. I am of the line of King Fengel, Renfail. Will the curse of Wyrgend now affect me? Am I fated to die, and Rohan to suffer? Will all I seek to accomplish come to naught? Cordon. The deeds of the past often have great effects on the present, Renfail. Curses have power, and with the force of belief behind them, they can become even more powerful. How else can the misfortune of Thengel's line be explained? And how will knowledge of the curse affect Eomer's actions now? The people of Rohan need him to be strong. He cannot cower in fear of Wyrgend's memory, or his people will suffer. Horn says, I had been so certain that the curse was broken, as had been all of Rohan. What must it be like to labor beneath the shadow of such a thing, and never know when it will reveal its fangs? If Eomer, out of fear, refuses to fight the evil that faces our land, then King Thengel's greed will have struck the death blow for Rohan. We're under attack! Mount up and slay them all! Ah! I really don't like mounted combat. And he ran off. Coward! Alright, gotta mount back up. Alright, come back here. Okay, hopefully that's all of them. I don't want to deal with any more. The orcs have unwittingly helped me, Renfail. During the battle I had no thought at all for Wyrgend or a curse. I have made up my mind. I will not allow the curse to control my actions. I am my own man, Eomer's son, and I do not fear the memory of ill deeds done or vengeance sought.
I will fight for the people of Rohan until I can no longer do so, and even then, I will keep fighting. I have given Wilgan the time I thought she was due. Now I will put the stone behind me and will think of it no more. Onward to Snowbourne, we are needed.
Hang on.
Thank you for your help, friend.
I am glad to have you and your companions and allies when danger strikes. Orcs and wargs are the type of danger I am not afraid to face. Threats of a more otherworldly nature, those I cannot abide. Still, Eamond's son will face such dangers as bold as a heart as he can manage. The bolder still with allies such as you at his side.
I'm ready to continue our ride south to Snowbourne, if you are.
I ordered Reeve Fastred to empty his lands, sending his people across the Entwash where they can be better defended. But he is young, and I fear foolish. I ride to see if he has obeyed my command. We will speak again in Snowbourne. Now I'll take care of this stupid orc. Ruining my questing, man. Alright. Need to meet with Amor and Snowbourne.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
Alright, we're gonna ride down to Snowbourne to meet up with Amor, but then I think I'm gonna have to backtrack and do quests. Because this is already level 83 and I'm only 81. And I don't want to let the book quests get too far ahead of me. We're getting into content that's orange to me, so I need to do some quests. Oh. No! I got too close to the orc. Run! I discovered where thing. Snowbourne.
A brisk ride. Now, to the business at hand.
Welcome to Snowbourne, my friend.
I want to know what is really going on in Snowbourne.
I look around and I do not see the preparations for which I asked, Renfail. I will speak with Reeve Fastred to learn why he delays, but let us try something else first.
It is said that you catch more horseflies with honey cakes than you do with lamp tallow. Introduce yourself to Grimstan, one of Fastred's personal guards, and ask him why the people have not begun to move where it is safe. Grimstan knows me, and the answer he would give you to me might be different than the one he gives to you. I want to know what is really going on in Snowbourne, and you are a more sure path to that answer. I'm going to decline this quest for the moment because I'm going to work on this quest later. Actually, I need to take it, though, because...
I want to know what is really going on in Snowbourne.
Where am I bound? Yep. So I'm going to go back to Elthingol's because that's where I have quests to work on, the level 78 quest to keep leveling the character. So that ends the book portion of this particular journey, but we're going to keep working on this character so that he can get up some levels to work on Book 9, Chapter 6, No Retreat. Stick around for more to follow. My pen is no longer working. All right. Alright, now I have a whole bunch of quests here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Book quests can wait till later. These are all in the nearby area. Oh, I really don't like... I really don't like the mounted... Rohan mounts, I really don't like them. They're hard to control. It's the only thing I don't like about Rohan is I hate the mounted combat. I love the look of the zones. The music in Rohan is amazing. The storyline is amazing. But those mounts, ugh. They do move faster than I feel. I think that's the case. Alright, got some quests here. Closest has this help. What's good to garrison command? So the people, turn that one off. Mount the unruly steed. Waiting at the Endlessilla in Newcroft. The steed appears to be eagerly guiding you towards the nearby gate out of Ingles. The steed seems determined to head towards the cluster of trees north along the cliff walls. Your mount is pulling you onwards toward the rock cluster further to the north. The steed seemed drawn to the rock formation. Why have you been guided here? You uncover what can only be the steed's former owner. Where? Oh, the body right here. Upon the discovery, the steed seems at ease. So I need to return and tell him of my discovery. The steed led you to a body. Aye, I imagine it was the horse's previous rider. I will ask one of the guards to retrieve the poor fellow so we can honor his remains. This seems to have calmed the steed quite thoroughly. He was simply trying to let us know about his owner, and we mistook it for unruly behavior. Thank you for your help.
Yeah.
gather these things. Cloth burr. Yep, that's for one of the quests. Oh, these horses drive me nuts sometimes. Why he's not attacking me? That one's attacking. Warband. Yeah, I'm gonna decline. What else do I need? Overwhelming order. Which is the rallying a militia quest. That's over there, it looks like. So might as well right around the corner. Gather provisions at from the abandoned homes. Alright, that's those quests finished. Get off the horse while I'm in town. Otherwise I'll end up stuck on a rock somewhere.
Our mission is dire.
These pieces of steel are in fine condition. May they serve their new owners better than the last.
Will you aid the horse lords?
I should reforge before I turn any more quests.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
Okay.
Our mission is
These
dire.
provisions will help keep food and supplies available for the newly enlisted and their families for some time.
What brings you to these lands?
Thank you.
I must commend you for helping me and my people. It is sad that in the most trying of times, the true worth of a person's character can be seen, and I have seen a great deal of good in these men. I am still learning how best to serve Elthengels as Thane. I cannot be the warrior that my husband was, nor can I be the vindicator that my dear son Pendulf was, but you have shown me that I have the ability to garner support and to rally the people in this village. That is a most generous gift.
Can you help me with this?
While you offer the same aid to those who wish to flee, do not misjudge them for their desire to escape. I lost both husband and son when they sought to protect our home, but they knew the risk of their actions. I would not force a similar fate upon those not willing to risk, such as to take this risk. Reeve Athelward has abandoned us. The people are resolved to repel the invaders. Ruled and his family plan to set for Edoras. He was once an advisor to my husband and a great benefactor to the people of the Thengels. Aid him with his preparations. Okay. So he's done enough to help the towns. It's time for him to retire. So he's there with his son and his
What
wife.
business have you with the Rohirrim?
Time is short for my departure. Will you lend me your aid? Would you speak with the wise Herlop in town and inform him to use the abilities he sees fit till my kin are one day able to return? Always amazes me how people NPCs in these games forget to do things that are 30 meters away. And they can't be bothered.
What brings you to these lands?
I will see his dwelling put to good use. His home will be in good hands.
Will you aid the horse lords?
My wife has a favor.
What brings you to these
I
lands?
wish to give a gift to my dearest friend, Frithnid.
Will you aid the horse lords?
How much money you want to bet the kid wants me to do him a favor now, too? That's just a guess. It's all good.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
My parents say that strangers might be dangerous.
Mother said there's no room in wagon for my toys. Tell Barsine to take care of my doll. Captain Pendle. He will get very lonely if no one plays with him. Alright, you know, I'll do it for you, child.
My parents say that strangers might be dangerous.
Okay. So we've taken care of them and their favors.
What brings you to these lands?
We'll begin our journey west momentarily.
Our success depends upon our strength.
We are
Will you
last
aid
ready
us?
to begin the march to Edoras. Safeguard us on this first leg of our journey. Sure. I can do that. We could do that for him.
Having loaded their wagon and bid their friends goodbye, Runald's family departs from Elfengels. A most dangerous road lies before them.
Stay close, Renfail. The orcs could come upon us at any moment. We must stay upon the road and seek protection at the traders' outpost to the west. We should use the trusty I probably should have accepted that quest because there'll be more archers along the way. Come on. Alright, that one I actually don't want to let get close to me. No, I didn't want to stop. Maybe run a little faster. We have made it, Renfail. The trader's outpost is just ahead. Groovy. We have arrived. We have not have the journey. I need to learn how to speak. We would not have survived the journey without your aid, Renfail. We owe you much. I must purchase supplies for my family, and then we will depart the camp at once. We shall find safety as we head south into Elfhelm's Land and beyond to Edoras. Farewell, and may fortune find you, friend. Feel free to introduce yourself to the traders and thank them for their service. They have remained to provide aid when our king and Reeve turned away from us. Okay. Oh, and there are quests here. A dangerous road.
Our mission is dire. Will you aid the Rohirrim?
Welcome to the Waypost. Our place here is a beneficial one for all. We help those on the road fleeing to Snowbourne and Edoras by providing them with needed goods. Okay. Yet some here have begun to take advantage of these dangerous times and the desperation of some travelers by unjustly raising the cost of their wares. Yes, I can absolutely help you take care of that problem.
You have need of our assistance.
I don't think I need any of this stuff. Except for those gloves. Did I equip the right ones? Yep.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
I'm aware that my prices are too high, but guess what? I need you to do a quest for me in order to have me lower my prices.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Alright, so this person says, sure, I will agree to keep my prices down.
What brings you to these lands?
This person also agrees.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
This person says, I need you to do a quest for me, otherwise I'm going to keep charging out the nose. Okay, so... Gotta do some quests here for these guys. But... we're going to call the stream quits here, as I need to take a break and get some work done for the day. I want to thank everyone who has followed along and is enjoying these Lord of the Rings online streams. For the future, as I mentioned earlier today, if you didn't catch it, the Shire adventures will be continuing on Monday nights and Thursday nights. Those are the nights I'm going to be playing with my brother to continue the adventures on the Laurelin server with our pair of hobbits that we started. We actually wrapped up the Shire completionist version. We actually finished the completionist version of the Shire last night. But we're continuing the adventures with those two characters for the foreseeable future. We're now working on the Book 1 quest line. I just got to Bree last night, did the first of Aragorn's quests, and then we're going to be working throughout with those quests, getting to Weathertop and so on and so forth. Then during the days, here and there, I'm streaming, like example earlier today, I streamed Pillars of Eternity 2. I'm going to be playing that game over the next month. Also going to be continuing the adventures with my main character here through Rohan. And I'm also going to be streaming Assassin's Creed Valhalla starting November 10th. Plus, I'm also doing NBA 2K21, which is my secret, like the non-RPG I play. I like sports games, and I started putting videos up on that on YouTube. So if you like what you see, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to get more updates, and stick around for when we go live with other fun stuff. And hopefully you enjoy enough to follow along at all the other places. Links are below. See everybody later. Stay healthy, stay safe. If you live in the United States, don't forget to get out there and vote today. It is voting day. It's very important that you cast your vote. Help us affect change on a global scale, because it also affects things globally. So see